welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 209, and we'll address the elephant in the room. Not me, the hair. Yeah. So many of you know that for a while now I've been debating what to do with my hair. I even took a poll a while back what to do with my hair. So it finally was reaching a point where I was losing a lot of hair because I'm hypothyroid. I am treated for it, but I still lose a lot of hair. And the hair I had, I've lost about half of my hair. And it is, it's very fine and thin and frizzy, and the split ends were just so bad that I cut it. Well, I didn't cut it. I went to some place and had them cut it. So when it's not curled under, you can see here, it's about at my shoulder length when it's not curled down. Or yeah, when it's just left straight, it comes to just about my collar. So I'm excited about it. It does take a little bit more work, but at least all of the frizziness is gone at this point. So yeah, so this is the new me. So that was this week's experiment. But yeah, so anyway, now we'll get on to the important things. So let's get started. First, I'll talk about what I am wearing. This is a pattern that I designed. It is called, what is it called? Oh yes, the basket wave. So it starts out narrow here, and it goes across. This was done with a little mini gradient set that I had, and each of the blue sections is a different basket weave pattern. So, yeah, this is, what's the yarn? Sweet Georgia. That's it. It's Sweet Georgia. That's what this yarn is. And it was a mini set. And I got it at the Knit up in Old Saybrook, Connecticut, when I was on vacation, quite a few years ago. So, and the white is just some white that I had in the house. So yeah, that's the basket wave. I will put a link in the description box. Actually, if you go to Love Crafts in the description box, you can find it and my other patterns as well. Had to pause to put that back on because it's a little chilly upstairs, and I actually put it on to cover the dog hair that was on my shirt because the puppy needed some loving and she saw a cat walk by and got very upset and lost a lot of her hair onto my shirt. So, yes, this is covering up the cat or the dog fur. So, yes, and you thought it was a fashion statement. No, it's just to cover up my dog hair. So I have two finished objects. We'll actually talk about the real reason we're all here today. My first finished object is my cowl. It's curled up here. I have not blocked or wove the ends in yet, but it is done. And I think it's really neat the way the yarn's striped. This is Appalachian Sock Company yarn, which is Kim Garver. And yes, so I am very happy with it. Now I ask you all to help me with the name, and I got quite a few entries into the name because whoever I chose as the winner would get a copy of this pattern for free once it is released. Now, some of the names you came up with were very similar. I had some, I'm not going to say what they were, but there were some that were very, very similar. The one I chose is called Little Holes in the Bias. Now, there was another one that was submitted that was just Holes in the Bias, but this one was Little Holes in the Bias. And I actually, it was entered quite a while back. As soon as I said it, and my daughter and my granddaughter were over, and I was like, let me rattle off all these different names to it. And you guys give me an idea what one you like. As soon as I said that one, their heads popped up and they were like, oh, that's so cute. We like that name. It kind of reminded us of like Little House on the Prairie. So it's Little Holes on the Bias. And the winner is Yoka. So Yoka Schurman-Nagel, who has been a friend and a watcher. We've never met in person, but we have chatted back and forth for quite a few years now. So I was really excited when she was the one that won it. And like I said, the actual name choice was pretty much mutually agreed on between my daughter, my granddaughter, and myself. So Yoka, I will be sending you a pattern. I think I still have your email. I will be sending you a pattern as soon as I get the final pictures for it. So I have been writing the pattern. It's ready to go, except I need my granddaughter to come back over and model this so I could get a picture for the front of it. She was going to do it this Thursday, but she's going out to check out a college. That's just not allowed. We need a cowl picture here. And I don't feel old enough to have a granddaughter headed off to college, but sadly, yeah, she's 17. So anyway, we will be getting a picture as soon as she gets back, but then I will be getting the pattern released and I will get a copy over to you, Yoka. So congratulations. My other finished object, I worked on like crazy. This goes fast anyway. This is my second basket. I love these things. The other one is identical in size. This one, you can tell, if you look at it, I started out with the clothesline that I am crocheting around to make this, more structured. My first one that I made, it was 3/8 inch in diameter. This is slightly bigger. I don't remember what it was in diameter, but it's like 5/13 or I forget. I do not remember what it is. I don't have the wrapper for my clothesline anymore, but it is definitely thicker and it does make it a lot more structured. However, you can see the clothesline through it a little bit more, but you can see at the beginning here, this portion is a little tighter. This was done with the thinner clothesline. And then you can see exactly right here where I started with the thicker. But I do like the thicker clothesline because it's even more structured than the other one is. Here's what the inside of it looks like. And I love these things because they're pretty much collapsible. So they don't take up a whole bunch of space, but they open up and they stay opened, which is great for working on a project. And I could even thread my yarn through one of the handles if I wanted to control it a little bit. So I'm very happy with that. So those are my finished objects. So now I'm going to get on to my works in progress. I have a mess actually. I'm making another one of these baskets because when I'm doing this, I'm holding two of the skeins of, this is Pound of Love. This is Pound of Love by Lion Brand. And we'll put a link to it down below. I'm holding it double. And here is my mess. This is my clothesline. I don't know how it came out of it was kind of in a hank. I don't know what happened. It's a big mess now, but that's the clothesline. And I am using a US 6 hook to do this, 6mm hook. And here is how far I have gotten with my second one. That's the back. There's the front. So, yeah, it's very easy to do. It's mindless, and I like these. And so I'm going to make a third one, and then once I run out of the clothesline, I think we'll be done at that point. But yes, I am very happy with it. So that is my crocheted work in progress. And then I have a knitted work in progress, and that is my big bulky sweater that I'm making. And the yarn I am using is Lion Brand Bernat Softy Chunky. Now the color, they call it emerald. I would call it jade. To me, emerald is a deeper green. To me, this looks like jade. And I like the color a lot. And I've done quite a bit this week. You can see where I was based on my Progress Keeper. And I'm thinking ahead to Christmas because my Progress Keeper, whoops, it turned around again. My Progress Keeper is a Christmas cookie complete with icing on it. I love gingerbread. So anyway, let's face it, I love most any cookie. But I am working on this. This is a raglan sweater. And it's a little odd in that most of the time I've ever done raglans, I've done it from the neck down and the sleeves and everything. It's all knitted in the round as you go. This is knitted in pieces. So you have the front, the back, and then the sleeves. And I'm not sure how they incorporate the raglan, which means the seam to the arm goes at an angle from the neck to the underarm. Instead of straight down, it goes out at an angle. So I'm not quite sure how this gets incorporated with that. I didn't look that far ahead in the pattern. I should have, but we'll just be surprised together. So that is this project, and I am using US 15s. No, not US 15s with these. The ribbing was done with US 13s, and US 15s are done with this because this is a super bulky. I think is it a number 6? Yes, it's a number 6. So, and this is Bernat's Softy Chunky, and I'll put a link to that too below. I got this from Lion Brand as well. So those are my 2 works in progress. What have you all been working on this week? Now it's time for the holiday along. Now we have some updates. Sara posted her video over on Thursday. Yes, on Thursday. So if you missed it, I will put a link down below to Sara's channel and you can check that out. Yeah, so this week, both Team Knit and Team Crochet have had their best week as far as mileage. Now, if you're not familiar with the holiday along or you are new to the channel, let me explain what's going on. Sara Oliver over at Sock TV, which is Sara Oliver Crochet and Knit, she and I have teamed up for the last 2 years to have the holiday along, which runs from October 1st until December 31st. You can enter whatever you would like as long as it is finished during those dates of October 1st and December 31st. And you can submit them over on our Facebook page, which is the Holiday Along 2020. Now, to make it a little bit of fun, at the end of the 3 months that this is running, Sara over on her channel will give a prize, and I will be giving a prize over on my channel. But to add a little interest in there, Sara is calculating yardage to mileage, and we are traveling around the world in 80 days, sorta, give or take a few, just like Phineas Fogg did in Phileas Fogg did in Around the World in 80 Days. So we began in Scotland, which is where Sara lived, and have both Team Knit and Team Crochet have been traveling around each week. So this has been the greatest mileage for both teams this week. Team Knit accomplished, now this is large for knitting, 11,542 yards this past week. That places them, they had left Istanbul, they are on their way to Delhi at this point. So this is a long stretch of the trip. They are on their way to Delhi. There's going to be a little mini giveaway involved for Team Knit right now. Sara and I are both doing this. Don't worry, Team Crochet, we're not leaving you out. You're going to have one at one of your longer legs of the trip. You guys just whipped right on through it. But in a couple weeks, you all will be crossing the Pacific, so we will have a little mini giveaway at that time for Team Crochet. But this is for Team Knit, and you don't have to do anything to enter or anything like that, but we are going to draw a winner from Team Knit once they hit Delhi. Okay? You can enter as many times as you want as long as it's a finished project. Okay? So if you finish a hat, enter it. It counts. So you finish a dishcloth, count. You know, any of the entries you put in that are for Team Knit will be counted. And once we reach Delhi, we will both be drawing a winner. Sara will be doing it over on her channel, and one of her viewers is gifting a knit pattern to the winner that Sara draws, and I will be gifting one of my knit pattern designs of your choice to a winner that I draw over on my channel. So it's a little mini giveaway within the big giveaway. And like I said, Team Crochets is going to be coming up shortly as well. Now, Team Crochet has crocheted, listen for this one, 33,803 yards. Yes, you all have passed through Mandalay. You completely passed through Vietnam, and you are just outside Hong Kong at this point. So, like I said, you will be getting ready to cross the Pacific very, very shortly. So that is the update for the holiday along. And like I said, we will be announcing the winners as soon as you guys reach Delhi. So any knit projects are going to count. So now I'm going to show you what one part of the prize is for my portion of the holiday along. I have 2 skeins of yarn. These are from a knit crate. This is Vitalana. And like I said, there's 2 skeins. And let me tell you about this. It is a worsted weight. It's ambient worsted. The color is called Dawn Blush. And it's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. There's 201 yards per skein. So let me hold these up close so you can see them. Oh, that's pretty true to color. They're different shades of like roses. So, yes, this is a portion of the prize. Now, Sara has some people who have offered to donate to her prize. If you would like to donate to a portion of my prize, you are more than welcome to. Just get in contact with me at KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com. Otherwise, I will be adding a little bit more to the project than this. This is just what I've come up with so far for the prize for my portion of the holiday along, but I've got some other things to add to it in mind. So, what did I get in acquisitions this week? Well, it hasn't arrived yet, but I'll tell you what it is. If you remember the Dust Bunny yarn that I talked about, actually we all laughed about, saying I kept remarking that it looked like dryer lint. It turns out that what isn't to some people's taste is to others. So one of my viewers contacted me and said, hey, I like that yarn. I have a project in mind for it, and that would be that I would like to trade with you if you're interested. So I was like, yes, please, we will trade. So she happens to get Knit Crate as well. So what she and I traded with, I sent the Dust Bunny yarn out to her. And so here is what I already have, I have 2 skeins of this yarn already. and it had come in a knit crate box, and then I ordered a third one, and then when she sends her 2 skeins of this, I will now have 5 skeins of this yarn. So I will have enough to do something substantial with, because there's 328 yards in this. So I will have almost 1,600 yards. Almost? No. I will have over 1,600 yards. So I will actually be able to make a sweater out of this when I finish. So let me tell you what this is. Like I said, it hasn't arrived yet, but I already have 3 skeins, so I can show it to you. It's called Ancient Ruin. It's Vitellana Ascendance is the type of yarn. And it is also 100% fine Peruvian Highland wool. So it's the same as this yarn, but there's one big difference, which makes it feel different as well. This is chain plied. So let me hold this, see if it'll pick it up. Yes, you can see that it's kind of braided. That's called chain plied. It's a chain structure. It looks like it's braided to me. But anyway, it's a tonal green. So by doing this, it makes the yarn, it gives it a totally different feel than this yarn. They both are soft, but this gives it a different texture because of the way it is plied together rather than twisted. It's like chained, which is like a chain stitch with crochet. It's very similar how it's done. So that is my acquisitions that are coming. They should be here shortly. Now it's time for... Now, in our Come and Get It section this week, I'm going to keep it kind of short because, as I say each week, Lion Brand posts things I never know ahead of time until the day of the sale. So when I find out about it, I pass it on to you guys and send you a little email or Facebook notice. If you ever see a video coming in from me and it's like this color of yellow with maybe even a little brighter with black writing, that means there's a sale. I try to keep it in the same color so you always know that if you see that color, I'm talking about something that's on sale. So I will keep you notified with anything that Lion Brand has for sale this week. But Annie's has their knit and their crochet patterns available now for Christmas. So there's a lot of pretty Christmas things over there if you want to check them out. Leisure Arts actually has an entire page of different types of baskets. They have one that is very, very similar to this. Now, I did not use a pattern. I just kind of winged it. But if you want to use a pattern, I will put the link down below that will take you over to where all the baskets are. I believe they have some in there that are not crocheted, but I think a majority of them that are on the page are crocheted. But I would suggest crocheting around a clothesline, just because of the texture it gives it. So that is Leisure Arts. Now Knit Picks. Knit Picks is having a big sale on Monday. So it'll be on November 9th. I will put a little post out, a little sale post just to remind everybody about it. But it is up to 60% off of over 1,000 different yarns. So they're calling it their big super sale. So yes, up to 60%. I don't think you have to use a coupon code. You know, I'll give you all the information when I find out about it on Monday, but I do know that it's coming. So just be watching for that on Monday if you'd like to get some nice yarn for up to 60% off. Knit Picks, I like a lot of their yarn. One of them that I buy on a fairly regular basis is their palette yarn, because it comes in tons and tons of different colors. It's a fingering weight. It's cheap as far as price goes, but it's a workhorse. I mean, I have knitted things and ripped things out with that yarn, and it holds up to it. So, you know, it's not one of these that kind of fluffs away after a while. This one, it has a lot of substance to it. So, I do like that, and I have it in quite a few colors. So, yeah, be watching for Knit Picks sale on Monday. And then, of course, Knit Crate offers 50% off of your very first subscription box, which means you would get 2 skeins of yarn for $12.50, and that even includes your shipping. So it's not shipping in addition to the $12.50. It's just $12.50, and that's it. And so if you're interested, there is a link to that below. as well as all the sales that I've talked about are linked down below. And Knit Crate should be coming out pretty soon for this next month, which I'm very excited about because it's going to be a grouping of mini skeins. It's going to be 4 50-gram skeins. So I think that'll be kind of fun, and they're kind of graduated in color. So they've never done that before, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. So that would be Knit Crate. Now, Wednesday's video is going to be the next week's worth of projects from our holiday along. If you missed last week's, I will put a link right here. If you click the little letter I, that will take you over to it and you can watch it. It's about 9 or 10 minutes long. And we have over 300 projects, and we're only 6 weeks into the holiday along. Last year we finished with a little over 400, so we're doing a lot here, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, it's exciting. I love watching it every week when I do the editing and I get to see these. I see them come up on Facebook because that's where I get the pictures from. But when I see them and I put them together, I get to look at them again, and it's like, you know, that's really pretty. It's if you haven't watched it, it's fun to watch because you get ideas for different patterns that you maybe aren't aware of or you didn't think about doing in a certain way. So yeah, I look through there and I end up going, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. And I end up adding things to my queue for things to make. But, you know, it's fun. And I like seeing everybody's projects. And it's inspiring, too. I see some of the detailed work some of you all do, and it's like, wow. So, yeah, make sure you check that out on Wednesday's video. And like I said, click the link over there and that you can see last week's video as well. So that is it for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye, everybody.